So mainly I just want to ask you about kind of your time at SEMO so far, and then how you see the next 3 years or so. So what do you think some of your biggest accomplishments at the school, or the school's accomplishments so far are?
Well, I came here in July of 2015. When I came here, my objective was to make sure that we strengthen our student-centeredness, make sure that we were really an institution that were responsive to the needs of the students, an institution that would be innovative, an institution that would be responsive to the community, to the region, and engaged with the community in general. I think that is very important. And I think that importantly too was to make sure that what we offered here in terms of education was of the highest quality possible. And I think we've done some of that. In terms of the student success, we have, as you may know, this year we reached actually a milestone. When I came, I wanted to make sure that we had an 80% retention rate for first-time full-time students, and we just achieved that this year. We've gone up and down a little bit because you have statistical fluctuations, but right now this year we did achieve the 80%, and we're going to continue to work hard. Our graduation rate is 50%. There's still some ways to go there. I wanted to make sure that we reached 60%. We are not quite there yet, but we're working on it. So we're reviewing the way we operate as an institution and making sure that we remove obstacles that sometimes we inadvertently place in front of the students that makes it difficult for them to progress and be able to graduate on time.
So what do you think some of the proudest moments of the school have been? When have you been most proud of the school?
Well, there are many things that I'm really proud of. I really love this school, and I'm very proud of a lot of things that are going on here. I could tell you that we recently, last year, as a matter of fact, we just received a reaffirmation of our regional accreditation by the Higher Learning Commission, HLC. They came and visited. They reviewed our self-study, which is a document that we write describing how we believe we satisfy the standards that HLC has. And we received a thumbs up, not a single follow-up, and we received reaccreditation for a maximum amount of time that they give, which is 10 years. That certainly is an incredible achievement. My experience in the past has been that it's not easy for institutions to actually go through that process and be able to achieve it without any follow-up requirements. So, and that's not something I did, it's something that the institution as a whole did, the faculty, the staff, and certainly the students, because when they come and evaluate us, they talk to the students, they look at the work that the students do, they want to make sure that it's high-quality work. So that's something that I'm very proud of. I am very proud of the fact that the institution has continued to move forward, developing new and innovative programs, academic programs, to make sure that when the students come here, they find programs that are relevant for their careers. You may know that we have the first drone program in the state. It's a bachelor's degree in unmanned aircraft systems. We've right now been approved for a professional pilot program. Clearly the aviation industry is in a very difficult situation now, but it's going to come back. We're sure of that. We have also our cybersecurity program, it was the first one in the state of Missouri in 2011. It's very successful, and we continue to move forward. The students compete in the yearly cyber defense competition, and we've won it for 8 times in a row. So that's just really quite amazing. We have been successful in a number of areas academically. But we've also been successful, as you may know, in athletics. In the last 2 years, we've had the best years that we've ever had. Unfortunately, the pandemic really came to put a brake on our achievements and the achievements of the students and the coaches. But you know, being successful in athletics is important because it creates an image. It creates a sort of the sense that the institution is really balanced, that institution is really moving forward and provides opportunities for students in many areas, including out of classroom experiences. We continue to be engaged with the community and develop partnerships with the regional community and the local community and businesses. And so Codify, for example, is one organization that we've developed a recent relationship with. So overall, we really are being recognized for what we do. You may know that the Coordinating Board for Higher Education, which is a statewide coordinating board for universities and community colleges, endorsed our request for having a statewide mission in 3 different areas: visual and performing arts, computer science, and cybersecurity. And that's really very, very impressive, because to have a state entity say to you, you have a statewide mission in these 3 areas is quite a recognition for the work that's being done by the faculty and by the institution in general. We've infused a lot of technology in the university. We have been working very hard to provide the kind of tools that are needed for students so that they really are successful, and when they go into the workforce, that they get there and they have a good understanding and handle on technology. And so I could go on talking in detail about those things, but there's some of those things that I'm referring to are very critical. And last but not least, I would like to say that we've been trying to make sure that we as an institution also offer a good working environment for our employees, for faculty and staff. It is important that they feel that the institution is responding also to their needs. The only way that we can do that is by trying to figure out how we put in place policies and take steps to make sure that they are in a good position. So to the extent that we have been able to, we provided salary increases. I guess I would like to say that the last thing we've done that I believe it's been successful is we moved into a self-insured healthcare program, meaning that the institution is responsible for the claims that the employees submit for medical expenses. And when you do that, you actually end up saving money, and we just did that less than a year ago, and we are already seeing benefits in doing that. We haven't quantified them yet totally, because we haven't been in that mode for more than a year, but everything points to us having made a right decision doing that.
Okay. Were there any times in the last 5 years that you wish you would have done something differently, or you should have done something differently, you think?
Well, there's always something that you can think about, that you can say, you know, I wish I would have done this, or we should try this, or we should try that. Some of the things that are happening in higher education actually end up changing faster than sometimes you can keep up with. And what is going on right now, because we're a public institution, many of the challenges we face are the result of the state of the economy at the state level. And so we have been in some ways somewhat reactive to that, because in the last few years we have actually had to make adjustments that are the result of some of the limitations that we've had from the state in terms of the support that they provide. And needless to say, this last year, the pandemic really has also affected us and put us in a position of having to make adjustments with very little time And so the faculty have been wonderful, really, truly wonderful, and the staff too. Everybody in the university, and what can I say, the students, absolutely. So I really don't have any complaints. I really would like to thank every one of them for what they've done and how they've helped us, and they've helped the university continue to operate in a situation that is as difficult as this one is right now.
Okay. So since moving to Cape Girardeau, what are some of your favorite or least favorite parts of the city as a whole? Any notable things, I guess?
I will tell you that my wife and I really love the city. We enjoy very much the environment. We absolutely are in love with the attitude of the people, how welcoming they have been to us. We enjoy visiting around the downtown area, and we've developed good relationships with many people. They have been very friendly. So we do go and visit sometimes. We go to St. Louis, we go to Memphis, down south. But the family-oriented community that you have here in Cape Girardeau is something that we really, really appreciate. And you know, I love the fact that we can have access to cultural activities at the River Campus. In a place the size of this community, sometimes you don't find the kind of quality performances that we have there, so it's really wonderful. The fact that we have 2 major hospitals here is also very impressive. And the business community is really unified in trying to make sure that Cape Girardeau is a better place to live. Since we came here, the downtown has really been a place where we enjoy going to, whether it's to go to a restaurant or to just walk around, walk by the river. We really are very, very comfortable. And as I said, the attitude of the people, the attitude of the students themselves. Interestingly, you talk about the culture of the city, but you also have a culture in the institution. And my experience in the past, when I look at other institutions that I've been at, the students here are really friendly. They really talk to you, they interact with you, they engage with you. They don't just go by and say hi, hi, and that's it. So that's something that really is very special for us. And then when we came here, there were about 1,100 or so international students, and they enriched the campus, they enriched the community. Right now we've lost a significant number of them because of the circumstances we're living through right now, but we're hoping to be able to recover from that. And we continue to make efforts to make sure that we become a destination school for minority students. This particular fall, we've had increases in African American students and also in Hispanic students, really impressive. So we keep working in every area, in every direction that we can, but we love this environment.
So you mentioned the culture of the school. How do you think you have influenced the culture since becoming president?
Well, I wish you would ask that to other people. I have one impression, but sometimes your personal impression of how you are impacting something is not as accurate. But I want to believe that my attitude, being friendly, being approachable, being accessible to the students and to the community, has made the institution appear to be closer to the community and responsive to the needs that they have, and not just, okay, so we offer academic programs and that's the end of it. We really are an integral part of this community, and that really pleases me tremendously. So I always enjoy talking to people and giving them the opportunity to learn from me, through me, how the institution operates and what the students feel are the needs that they have. So I think that it's been a positive influence that I've exerted. But you know, institutions go through different stages, and sometimes the stage the type of leadership that you require in an institution varies depending on where that institution finds itself in. So I think the former president before I got here was very successful in many areas and really was particularly successful in growing the enrollment of the institution. And so when I came here, the enrollment started declining, unfortunately. We've been trying to address that in as much as we can. But he was here for a period of time and he was very successful. So I am hoping that when I'm gone, that people feel that my success, although not necessarily comparable to what the former president did, can be evaluated by looking at different aspects of what we have been doing and the different ways in which we have been strengthening the university.
Okay. So what are some of your goals for the next 3 years for the school? It can be number-wise or culture-wise. Or...
Well, I will tell you that we're going to continue to work very hard to promote student success. We have an initiative that's part of our strategic plan that is called Enhancing Recruitment and Student Success, and we're very focused on that. I truly believe that the reason why we have reached the 80% retention is because we have been very deliberate in working on that in that direction. So we're going to continue to do that. We just were admitted to a very exciting program by the American Council on Education, which is a program to help institutions promote the learner success. They call it the learner success as opposed to just the student success. And so we are now a part of the first cohort of this American Council on Education program, which is very exciting for us. So we're going to keep working on promoting student success at the university, for sure. We're going to continue to be working on being innovative. We're going to continue to making sure that we are using the support provided by the state and the tuition from the students as best as possible to make sure that as many resources as possible go to support the quality of the education that we have. So really, when you think about it, it's really continue to work on those areas that I have mentioned in the beginning that we are very interested in. We want to make sure that people feel that Southeast Missouri State University is a quality institution and therefore it's a destination school for students who want to really launch careers very successfully.
Okay, that's pretty much all the questions I have written down, so if there's anything you think I missed, just go ahead with it.
No, I don't think so. The only thing that I could say in addition is that it's not only me that feels that this institution is high quality. As I said, the accrediting agency, HLC, believes that, but we have a highly unusual number of specialized accreditations. So we have programs, academic programs, that are accredited by their peers. We have over 30 programs at the university that are accredited. And when you look at the U.S. News and World Report rankings that they have every year, we continue to make progress in that. In the very latest edition of the rankings, we actually went up two slots compared to last year. And so that's really something that we are very proud of. The Princeton Review also ranks us in the top best colleges in the Midwest. So we're overall, we are really pleased, and I hope that the community here recognizes the very high quality institution that they have in this university.